My heart raced, and my thoughts swirled in a tempest of chaotic emotions that I found difficult to unravel. As he gradually pulled back his hand, his fingers lingering on my shoulder, his gaze bore into me with a fervor that rendered me utterly motionless. With a tender inclination, he bestowed yet another kiss upon my cheek. Welcome to the realm of emotional love stories. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, share your insights in the comments, and subscribe to keep up with our newest tales. May you find joy in tranquil and soothing moments. Thank you very much. Let us now set forth on the adventure that awaits within the tale. On a tranquil and brisk Saturday evening, mere weeks after the divorce papers had been signed, I found myself wrestling with the abrupt silence of a life that had unexpectedly paused following over 2 decades of marriage. The silence that enveloped my once vibrant home resonated deeply, a poignant echo of weekends filled with laughter and treasured family rituals. One such cherished tradition was our weekly visit to the bathhouse, a modest yet beloved refuge where my husband, son, David, and I could relax and strengthen our connection amidst the comforting warmth and enveloping steam. In the wake of the divorce, David insisted that we commemorate the occasion together, just the two of us. Initially, I hesitated. It was a peculiar sensation, tinged with a sense of melancholy, to uphold a tradition so intricately interlaced with the essence of our once united family. It was David's steadfast spirit that genuinely won my heart. "Oh, come on, Mom," he urged, his voice a soft yet authoritative murmur. "We have the option to cling to what endures." As the sun sank beneath the horizon, I surrendered to the moment, collecting our belongings in a hushed acceptance before venturing into the unknown. In the hushed embrace of winter, the bathhouse enveloped itself in a tranquil stillness, the atmosphere rich with the calming aroma of cedarwood intertwined with the soft tendrils of steam. As I crossed the threshold, a soothing warmth wrapped around me, a feeling I had not known in what felt like an eternity. Enveloped in warmth, both physically and mentally, a comforting hold offers protection from the biting cold of the outside world. By the time he reached 22, David had experienced a remarkable transformation over the years. He had moved beyond the days of joyfully splashing in the small pool where he once conjured waves of delight. He stood as a young man of remarkable stature, tall and broad-shouldered, radiating a serene confidence that conveyed much about his maturity. Yet the gentle familiarity in his gaze radiated a warmth that evoked the very essence of his father. We nestled into a cozy family steam room, enveloped in warmth and charm, while still feeling delightfully breezy. We savored a serene moment, nestled together on the wooden bench adorned with towels, surrounded by a soft embrace of steam. David softly broke the tranquility, remarking with a gentle tone, "You seem better." His tone fluctuated, imbued with a hint of doubt. I shot him a look of astonishment, particularly in light of all that had unfolded. For a brief instant, his eyes locked with mine, then slipped away like a soft murmur carried off by the breeze. "It has been a trying few months," he continued. As I took a deep breath, the warm steam wrapped around me, soothing the tightness in my shoulders. With a hint of hesitation, I confessed, "I'm uncertain about better. Perhaps it's merely a matter of evolution." With a subtle nod, his demeanor shifted, unveiling a warmth that hung in the atmosphere. He incorporated that detail. For a brief moment, we remained enveloped in contemplative quietude. The comforting hiss of steam filled the air, wrapping around me like a warm embrace, calming my mind and ushering in a sense of peace. Following an extended period of chaos, a glimmer of tranquility at last illuminated my soul. David leaned back against the solid wooden wall, and I couldn't help but admire the extraordinary transformation he had undergone, not only in physique, but in essence too. He became my constant pillar during the divorce, providing his unwavering presence without ever asking for anything in return. As the minutes drifted by, I found myself pondering the profound significance I attribute to these cherished moments spent with him. Amidst the chaos and harshness of the world, we discovered a sanctuary, a place where only the two of us existed, intertwined by a connection that transcended mere kinship. Do you remember those moments when you would beg to stay in the sauna for what seemed like forever? I inquired. With a soft smile that broke the stillness, David's laughter resonated through the space, a rich, sincere sound that infused the atmosphere with warmth, eclipsing even the most comforting steam. Ah yes, my father would frequently rescue me after merely 10 minutes, firmly believing I was on the verge of overheating. A light chuckle escaped me as I playfully proposed that perhaps he was simply unable to withstand the heat himself. After countless cycles of the moon, the discourse surrounding my former spouse ceased to pierce my heart. For the next hour, we wandered through the steam room, the pool, and the lounge, enveloped in reflections of simpler times that had slipped away. The conversation with David flowed effortlessly, a true reflection of how our friendship had deepened and evolved over the years. He transcended the role of a mere son. He was a confidant and companion as we navigated this peculiar and unexplored phase of existence side by side. As the sun sank beneath the horizon, we settled into a snug nook of the lounge, relishing our tea in a serene moment of contemplation. David extended his arms, his palms softly resting against mine. "You'll be okay," he murmured softly, his voice a steady balm of reassurance. Tears threatened to spill as I grappled with the profound weight of his words. "Do you truly hold that belief?" I posed a question. With a confident tone, he assured me that we would embark on this journey together. In a moment that stretched into infinity, I discovered the rare sensation of believing him for the very first time. Our Saturday nights at the bathhouse evolved into a soothing ritual, a reliable light in the chaos of the weeks to come. Each visit unfolded like a cherished ceremony, a tranquil sanctuary amidst the tumultuous chaos of the outside realm, where everything remained wild and unpredictable. In those tranquil moments, an unspoken bond enveloped us, a deep understanding that transcended the need for words. On one of those evenings, maybe the third or fourth after the divorce, I began to realize just how deeply I looked forward to the moments I would spend with David. He provided not merely a respite, but a profound sense of intimacy as well. His presence anchored me, offering a reliable sanctuary in a world that frequently felt chaotic. As I stepped into the steam room that night, I found him there, poised and relaxed, a towel casually slung over his shoulders. Once he bore a burden that felt like an anchor, but now a fresh lightness swirled around him, a soft breeze of transformation that had not always graced his presence. A tranquil certainty enveloped me, sparking a glimmer of hope that maybe, after all this time, we would come through unscathed. As I approached, David's smile welcomed me, and without a moment's pause, I mirrored it with one of my own. His presence evoked a comforting warmth, a feeling that reached far beyond the confines of the bathhouse. "Ah, you have come, though the hour has already slipped away." With a sly grin, he moved aside, granting me passage. With a playful glimmer in my gaze, I cast an eye roll and strolled by him, a cheeky grin flickering on my lips. With unwavering assurance, I proclaimed, "I am the one who guides you to this very place. If I find myself delayed, the responsibility lies with both of you." With a warm smile, he greeted us as we entered the wooden chamber, where we took our places on the benches, surrounded by the swirling steam that blurred the contours of the space. David reclined, letting his head rest against the wall in search of comfort. For a time, I merely watched him closely. Although I had come across it before, there was an unmistakable essence to these evenings that heightened my awareness of him. His shoulders occupied the space beside me, and his posture exuded a quiet power. He exuded a serene confidence, a depth of understanding that appeared to transcend his age. "Is everything okay, Mom?" he inquired, his voice threading delicately through the tapestry of my mind. His warm, understanding gaze, filled with the kindness that had steered me through countless challenges, fixed upon mine. I nodded swiftly, pushing the damp strands of hair away from my forehead. Truly, my musings are simply adrift. What story does this reveal? He posed a question. I expressed my truth. Oh, the delight I discover in these magical evenings shared with you. Before I could fully reflect on it, the act of coming together in this moment envelops us in a comforting warmth. His smile was open and inviting, making my heart flutter. Indeed, his voice carried a gentle warmth, a soft touch that lingered in the air. Certainly it is. The air around us appeared to thicken, enveloping us in an almost palpable weight. The ambiance was far from disagreeable, yet it hummed with an unarticulated strain, as though a concealed reality hovered, ready to emerge into the light. A palpable uncertainty hung in the air as I contemplated the significance of those words, wondering if David echoed my sentiments. As we journeyed from the steam room to the plunge pool that night, I took note of the delicate nuances surrounding us. His gaze lingered on me, a clandestine ballet of focus as he thought I remained oblivious. As he passed me the towel, our hands grazed softly, a transient moment that hung delicately in the atmosphere. The connection hung in the air, extending a heartbeat longer than what was deemed comfortable. In spite of my attempts to persuade myself of a different reality, it was merely a creation of my own mind. He was, without a doubt, my son, In my quest for inner peace, the thought persisted that the connection we once cherished was evolving, morphing into a form that slipped beyond my grasp of comprehension. With the impending visit drawing near, my heart swelled with eager anticipation, reshaping my perspective entirely. A sense of calm exhilaration enveloped me, despite my attempts to conceal it, demanding my attention with undeniable force. David appeared to sense it as well. Upon entering the bathhouse, his feet appeared to glide with an exhilarating buoyancy, and his enthusiasm emanated as he led us to our cherished steam room. As we nestled into our surroundings, the soothing warmth embraced us, and a deep wave of gratitude surged within me. Outside, the air was sharp and laden with uncertainty, but inside our cozy refuge, enveloped in warmth and steam, everything else slipped away into irrelevance. On that enchanting night, our conversation flowed effortlessly, winding through treasured memories and aspirations yet to be realized. David recounted the story of his career aspirations and dreams. His voice carried a quiet intensity, and his eyes sparkled as he revealed the things that held the deepest significance for him. With unwavering focus, I took in his every utterance, enchanted by the striking visuals he evoked and the character he fashioned. Lo and behold, you are indeed a marvel to behold. Have you ever pondered that? I exclaimed in an unexpected surge, my thoughts tumbling out before I could catch them. David blinked, and a soft warmth enveloped his face. Mother, I promise you this holds great significance. I interrupted. I realize that I do not articulate it nearly as frequently as I ought to. David, you possess a remarkable kindness that is truly admirable. We could not have imagined a more extraordinary son than you, a genuine gift in our lives. As our eyes locked, the surrounding world dissolved, and time itself seemed to elongate into infinity. He spoke gently, acknowledging, "You are truly remarkable as well. Amidst the challenges and hardships, you have risen, unwavering in the presence of struggle." The inflection in his voice as he uttered that final word sent a shiver coursing through me, and it was not merely the frigid air enveloping the steam room that caused it. I opened my mouth to speak, but the words slipped away, and all I could offer was a mere nod. As we settled into the lounge, cocooned in soft blankets and holding our steaming cups of tea, a delightful wave of contentment washed over me, catching me off guard. David's eyes were locked onto mine, concealing an enigma within his gaze. He abruptly shattered the silence, his voice imbued with a profound sincerity, and declared, "I don't believe I've ever felt as connected to you as I do right now." I looked at him, surprised by the unfiltered truth in his tone. "David," I started, but he continued, his eyes fixed and resolute. "In recent weeks, a rich tapestry of challenges and rewards has come to light. In this moment shared with you, it seems the layers are gently shedding, uncovering the very essence of your true self." My thoughts were shrouded in uncertainty as I contemplated the response. His words held a certain enchantment, and the intensity of his gaze intertwined with mine, as if crafting a fresh tapestry of reality that enveloped us both. The boundaries that previously defined our separation, once sharp and unmistakable, appeared to dissolve into oblivion. For the first time, I felt untethered, lost in a vast ocean of ambiguity, grappling with the tumult of feelings that churned inside me. On the subsequent Saturday, the air around us was laden with a palpable tension, a fusion of expectation and an unarticulated profundity that we both refrained from acknowledging. David welcomed me at the door, his smile as familiar as ever, but there was an unusual gentleness to it. His gaze lingered on mine for a heartbeat longer than usual. An undeniable spark flickered between us, a current that surged forth, defying my attempts to brush it aside as nothing more than the intimacy that was quietly unfolding. An undeniable change lingered in the atmosphere of the bathhouse. As we returned to our cherished routine of transitioning between the steam room and the plunge pool, I felt a subtle shift in the nature of our connection. David exuded a sense of calm, his demeanor thoughtful and introspective. Finally, he broke the stillness as we nestled into the inviting lounge, holding our steaming mugs of tea. "Hey," he said, his tone a blend of mischief and intrigue. "Have you ever indulged in a massage at this place?" As I gazed at him from the edge of my cup, a surge of astonishment enveloped me. "Indeed, I have not done so. What inspires your question?" He shrugged, a faint smile starting to play at the edges of his lips. An idea flickered in my mind, one that seemed to hold the promise of brilliance. "I've observed a subtle discomfort within you of late." I raised an eyebrow in curiosity. Curiosity soared. Though his perspective contained a kernel of truth, the burden of the divorce and the tumult in our lives cast a long shadow. This left me completely astonished. What a suspenseful experience this is, wouldn't you agree? A gentle laugh escaped my lips, my voice hovering just above a whisper. "You deserve to unwind," he remarked, his voice a charming blend of humor and earnestness. "Allow me to craft a reservation tailored specifically for you." I offered him a soft farewell, my hand lifting in a delicate wave. "David, there's really no need for that. Nevertheless, he continued forward with steadfast resolve. His bright disposition sharply contrasted with the gravity marked upon his features. "Permit me the pleasure of handling this for you." Before I could articulate my thoughts, he had already made his way to the desk, conversing with the receptionist. Upon his return, a victorious smile illuminated his features. "You're all set," he remarked, a flicker of confidence illuminating his tone. He hesitated, a flicker of timidity shadowing his features as he began to speak. With a playful laugh, I caught myself shaking my head in disbelief. "Perhaps I have orchestrated one for my own delight as well." "Ah, of course you did." The massage unfolded as a truly delightful experience. The therapist's skilled hands deftly worked through the tension in my back and shoulders, each motion releasing a wave of relief that washed over me. As the narrative reached its conclusion, an unexpected wave of lightness enveloped me, rendering my body utterly relaxed. David remained in the lounge afterward, a brilliant smile illuminating his features. He leaned closer, his eyes locked onto mine, as though seeking to decipher the enigmas hidden within. "What emotions are you experiencing today?" I expressed that it seemed I could effortlessly float away from this place, prompting a gentle laugh from him. Outstanding. That was the ultimate aim of it all. As the evening unfolded, we found ourselves in one of the coziest steam rooms, where David took his place beside me, his movements calm and comforting. As I looked at him, I couldn't help but observe the calmness that surrounded him, a soft smile lighting up his face, emanating sheer happiness. "Ah, I spoke of breaking the stillness. Your insight was remarkably accurate." That was exactly what I had been seeking. His eyes twinkled with a playful glint, a sly grin dancing on his lips. "Pay heed, for I possess the knowledge you desire, beloved mother." I gently nudged him with my elbow, his words enveloping me like a warm embrace, awakening something profound inside. Perhaps the moment has come for me to return the favor of kindness. I was merely indulging in a moment of amusement. "Would you allow me the pleasure of treating you to a soothing massage one of these days?" His grin softened, accompanied by a raised eyebrow. "Will an offer be extended?" I paused, perplexed by the way his question quickened my heartbeat. What restrains our progress? What is just is indeed just. Wouldn't you concur? David elevated himself, his eyes narrowing with purpose. "You are under no obligation whatsoever." His voice was a gentle murmur. "This evening, my sole desire was for you to discover a moment of tranquility and solace." With a gentle smile, I understood that my reply was unmistakable. The warm atmosphere enveloped the assembly, bestowing upon it a cozy and distinctive allure. "Yet, my heart yearns too. Your generosity and encouragement during these recent weeks have been invaluable to me. This is the least I can provide." As I stepped through the door, a tranquil ambiance enveloped me, infused with a captivating richness that hung in the atmosphere. David accepted my proposal with genuine thoughtfulness. As he reclined face down on the couch, his broad back exposed, I approached with caution, beginning to work the tension from his shoulders, unsure of the precise pressure that would strike the perfect balance. His joyful tune enveloped me like a cozy embrace, instilling a sense of assurance within me. "From where did you obtain this knowledge?" he asked, his voice barely rising from the depths of the couch. With a playful laugh, I confessed that I did not. "I am simply embracing the current of life." "Ah, your talent for crafting stories in the moment is genuinely remarkable." He exhaled softly, his muscles relaxing under my touch. You have a natural gift." His deep, almost reverent voice possessed a quality that sent a shiver racing down my spine. I endeavored to concentrate on the knots in his back, but the intimacy of the moment rendered it rather difficult. "Does this provide you with any help?" I asked gently. He moved just a fraction, his gaze locking onto mine in a fleeting moment of intimacy. "Truly," he replied in a gentle manner, "it demonstrates considerable advantages." For a brief instant, the room was shrouded in an unsettling silence, interrupted solely by the gentle, unwavering drone of the heater. The weight of his gaze rendered me speechless, caught in a web of uncertainty about how to reply. With a gentle exhale, I murmured, finally allowing my hands to drift apart. "This shall be enough for tonight." David awoke from his dreams, savoring the moment as he leisurely stretched his limbs with a gentle elegance. With a gentle smile, he conveyed his heartfelt appreciation. "Thank you, Mother. Is that truly the case?" The atmosphere was laden with unvoiced tension between us in the bathhouse the following week. An emotion that remained unspoken, yet ever present. In that instant, his gaze conveyed a narrative all its own, a narrative crafted from silent exchanges, as his hand grazed mine with a tender touch while he presented me with a towel. I comforted myself with the thought that it was simply a creation of my mind, yet the fire that sparked within me with every brief look he cast told a different story. After finishing our customary passage through the steam rooms and plunge pools, we returned to the massage lounge. This time, David held back from proposing a subsequent appointment. He reclined in his chair, conversing with a sense of effortless nonchalance. "I long for the gentle touch of your calming massages once more." His words took me aback, despite my efforts to conceal my response. "Indeed, truly," he declared, his eyes unwavering and determined. "Do you genuinely consider yourself above the experts?" A soft chuckle escaped my lips, reverberating through the silence that enveloped the room. Gentle phrases have the power to unlock possibilities. In a distant past, a name resonated across the sands of time. "David," he smiled, radiating a gentle warmth. Ah, how comforting it is to receive such words. As the night deepened and I settled into my bed, I found myself reflecting on the events of the evening, unable to dispel the sense that a change had taken place in the connection we held. The once steadfast lines began to blur, enveloping my journey in a mist and leaving me adrift in uncertainty as I sought a way forward. Only one truth remained steadfast and unyielding. A sense of excitement simmered inside me as I looked forward to the arrival of next Saturday, more than I was willing to confess. As dawn broke on that pivotal Saturday, I became acutely aware that time was slipping away from me. A business email had detained me, prompting a swift descent downstairs, where I found David poised by the front door. My breath caught in my throat as I watched him hold a bouquet of roses. In a time long past, a name resonated across the sands of history. "David," I replied, my gaze locked onto the vivid arrangement of flowers he presented to me. At the center of the composition, white lilies rose majestically, while soft pink roses shared gentle murmurs within their velvety layers. Elegant, subtle, and genuinely enchanting. What might this be? He shrugged, a trace of timidity flickering across his demeanor. It appeared to me that you were genuinely worthy of them. Oh, beloved mother, your recent actions have been truly remarkable. I felt a longing to share a touch of happiness with you. His words enveloped my heart, and a lump rose in my throat as I received the bouquet. You truly didn't have to put yourself through all of this, I observed. yet my smile revealed the profound gratitude I felt for the gesture. A longing stirred within me too. He spoke with an honesty that captured my attention, his eyes meeting mine with a depth that made my heart race. Amidst countless challenges, you remained true to your genuine self. As my fingertips glided over the soft petals of the flowers, I became immersed in a search for the elusive truth. The words slipped through my fingers. None of them seemed to satisfy completely. I placed the bouquet delicately on the counter, then redirected my complete attention to him. In a moment of spontaneity, I wrapped my arms around his shoulders in a hug that was both instinctual and unexpected, yet deeply cherished. I murmured gently against his chest, my voice scarcely lifting above a whisper. "This carries profound importance." His arms encircled me, a soothing embrace that cocooned me in warmth, anchoring and protecting me from the outside world. We remained in that moment, suspended in time, as if eternity itself had wrapped around us. In the quiet space that separated us, silence held dominion until he reclined slightly and pressed a gentle kiss against my cheek. The caress remained, crafting an aura of warmth that seemed to transcend the steam chamber we were on the brink of discovering. In every instance, he uttered his words with a gentle cadence, his tone fluid and steady. That evening, as we entered the bathhouse together, I felt a subtle change in the air around us. A fresh intimacy and tranquil comprehension emerged, a quality that had previously been lacking. Every look, every fleeting touch of his hand against mine held a significance that transcended the mundane. As we navigated our daily routines, every moment appeared to echo with a profound significance. The steam room wrapped around me like a soft embrace, the atmosphere thick with unvoiced reflections. The water in the plunge pool enveloped us in warmth, clinging to the last traces of tension that hung in the air. As we nestled together in the lounge, tea in hand, David's fingers glided softly over mine, a touch imbued with tender elegance. A delicate shift ignited an unforeseen tremor that rippled through my very essence. "You understand," he said, breaking the stillness that enveloped them. "Ah, Saturdays, the radiant gem of my week." As I shifted my focus to him, I found myself captivated by the unwavering depth intricately laced within his speech. "Do they exist?" I posed a question. He inclined his head, his eyes capturing my own with an unwavering intensity. "Indeed, I recognize how we set forth on this path to reclaim a semblance of normalcy, following all that has occurred." Yet, in that moment, his gaze drifted, finding rest upon his hands. At this moment, they occupy a cherished corner of my heart. His words hung in the air, filled with a weight of unexpressed meaning. Unbeknownst to me, a soothing warmth began to unfurl within my being, guiding my response. With a delicate nod and a quiet whisper, I conveyed that they carry immense importance for me too. As the night deepened and the hour of our departure drew near, David softly guided me aside by the door. The bathhouse rested in tranquil seclusion, its soft illumination throwing long shadows that waltzed upon the walls, fostering a cozy ambiance. "Hey," he whispered gently, his fingers brushing against my arm. "I have been meaning to ask, how have you been doing? Is that truly the case?" His inquiry took me off guard. I responded with a nonchalant confidence, yet the words seemed to echo emptily as they slipped from my mouth. "Are you prepared to set forth on this adventure?" He fixed his gaze on me, probing deeply as if to convey that it was entirely acceptable if you weren't. Understand this, dear companion. I stand by your side, resolute and unyielding. His sincere tone and determined expression filled me with admiration. A lump lodged itself in my throat, leaving me with nothing more than a silent nod. In a moment of pure dread, my voice would tremble, betraying the fear that lurked inside. "Come closer," he invited gently. His voice enveloped me in a tender caress, awakening feelings buried deep inside, threatening to break my steadfastness. Just as I was on the verge of speaking, he wrapped me in yet another embrace, his arms wrapped around me, radiating a warmth so deep that it caused my heart to swell with feeling. One hand tenderly supported the back of my head, his fingers intertwining with my hair as he pulled me closer. As my eyelids gently closed, I found solace against his chest, embracing the warmth and comfort it provided. "You're truly extraordinary," he whispered gently. My heart pounded fiercely, while my thoughts danced in a tumultuous whirlwind of feelings that I found difficult to decipher. As he gradually pulled his hands away, his fingers brushed against my shoulders, and his gaze locked onto mine with a fervor that rendered me completely motionless. With a tender inclination, he placed another kiss upon my cheek. This one lingered in the atmosphere, elongating the moment just a touch beyond necessity. The brush of his lips set off a thrilling wave of shivers that danced down my spine. "Good night, Mom," he whispered gently, his tone serene and deliberate. As he pivoted and departed, I found myself unable to look away as he gradually vanished into the horizon. My heart raced, a wild drumbeat echoing in my chest as I grappled with the chaotic events that had just transpired. The boundaries that used to delineate our identities started to fade, transforming in ways that filled me with both confusion and fascination. As the week progressed, his gestures lingered in my thoughts, steadfast and unyielding. As I walked by the flowers on the counter, their vivid petals seemed to murmur stories of his words, enveloping me in the warmth of his embrace and evoking the soft brush of his kiss on my cheek. What seemed straightforward and innocent carried an unmistakable weight, an essential strand intricately interlaced within the narrative's tapestry. As Saturday drew near once again, a mixture of excitement and unease surged within me. A cloud of uncertainty enveloped me, rendering me bewildered as I sought to traverse the intricate bond that was blossoming between us. As David welcomed me at the door, his warm smile and affectionate gaze enveloped me, soothing my anxieties like a soft whisper of wind. With a readiness in his voice, he inquired, the tone playful, yet imbued with a newfound weight that hung in the air. With a knowing nod, I reflected his smile as I deftly collected my luggage once again.